A young man stands in his bedroom. It just so happens that today, the 13th of April 2009, is this young man's birthday. Though it was 13 years ago he was given life, it is only today he will be given a name. What will the name of this young man be? Enter name. You decide to name the young man Zoosmel Pooplord. Try again, smartass. You instead decide to name the young man John Egbert. Your name is John. As was previously mentioned, it is your birthday. A number of cakes are scattered about your room. You have a variety of interests. You have a passion for really terrible movies. You like to program computers, but you're not very good at it. You have a fondness for paranormal lore, and you are an aspiring amateur magician. You also like to play games sometimes. What will you do? John decides to get his fake arms from the drawer. Your arms are in your magic chest, Poop Lord. You decide to remove the cake from the magic chest. Out of a perceived lack of arms, you pick up the cake for John and place it onto the bed. John decides to very quickly retrieve his arms from the magic chest. You retrieve your fake arms from the chest. You use these for hilarious antics. You capture them into your Silodex. You have no idea what that actually means, though. There are other items in the chest. John decides to examine the other contents of the chest. And here you keep an array of humorous and mystical artifacts, each one a devastating weapon in the hands of a skilled magician or a cunning prankster. You are neither of those things. Among the artifacts are 2 fake arms, currently cataloged in your Silodex, 1 pair of trick handcuffs, 1 stunt sword, 1 magician's hat, 1 pair of Beagle Plus glasses, several smoke pellets, several blood capsules, and 1 copy of Colonel Sassacre's daunting text of magic frivolity and practical japery, along with a copy of Harry Anderson's Wise Guy by Mike Cavanagh. Some of the stuff may come in handy at some point. For now, you decide to just take some smoke pellets. Capture log the smoke pellets. You stow the smoke pellets into one of your capture log cards in the Silodex. You aren't quite sure what that means, but you're starting to get the hang of the vernacular at least. You still have 2 empty capture log cards remaining. Equip the fake arm. You aren't quite sure if equip is a verb composite with the abstract behavioral medium in which you dwell, but you'll give it a try anyways. Unfortunately, you cannot access the fake arms. Their card is underneath the one you've just used to capture log the smoke pellets. You'll have to use the pellets first in order to access the arms. But this is probably unadvisable since you just make your room lousy with smoke. Your Silodex's fetch modus is currently dictated by the logic of stacked data structure. You were never all that great with data structures, and you find the concept puzzling and mildly irritating. But with any hope, perhaps you will advance new, more practical fetch modi for the Silodex, and with a little bit of expertise, maybe you'll perfect it. You decide to examine the Problem Sleuth poster. Is it even possible to get any more hard-boiled than that? You highly doubt it. This poster is one of your wisest purchases. There's a nice spot on the wall hanging next to it. You've been meaning to hang another poster there soon. You decide to read the note on the drawer. Happy birthday, son. I'm so proud of you. This note is covered in fatherly aromas and aftershaves. Beside the note is a roll of posters. Pick up the poster. Another birthday artifact. You wonder what is printed on the poster. You'll need some way to hang it on your wall. You decide to grab the hammer and nails. They will be very handy. You first place the hammer into your Silodex. But now all of your capture log cards are full. You wonder what will happen if you try to take the nails. You guess it doesn't hurt to try. You then take the nail. You capture log 4 nails into the top card and push all the artifacts down a card. Your fake's arms are pushed entirely out of the deck. Oh well, they're probably completely useless anyways, but you probably don't want to do that again unless you want to drop the smoke pellets and suffer the consequences. In any case, you now feel like you've gathered enough things to get down to business and do something really important. The next thing you do will be exceptionally meaningful. You decide to squander like an idiot and shit on your desk. This is the dumbest idea you've had in weeks. Stupid, stupid, stupid. And yet, the polished surface of your desk, it beckons. You merge the top 2 cards. The hammer and nails are now capture locked on the same card and can be used together. You use the hammer and nails card in conjunction with the card underneath it. You use the hammer, nails, and poster on the blank space on the wall. It's glorious. Exactly what you wanted. The old man really came through for you this time. You decide to examine the Con Air poster. Put the bunny back in the box. I said put the bunny back in the box. Why couldn't you put the bunny back in the box? Morgan Freeman's genteel homespun mannerisms were perfect qualities for a presidential residing over a crisis. Oceans rise. Cities fall. Hope survives. Wow. Films about impending apocalypse fascinate you, plus a black president? Now you've seen everything. You've marked your birthday, the 13th of April. Another day you mark was supposed to be the arrival date of a highly touted Spur beta launch. It has been 3 days already. It's starting to become a sore subject, I feel. John, go eat that cake. You are sick to death of cake. You've been eating it all day, and you have no intention of clogging your Silodex with it either. The cake stays put for now. You hear a notice from your computer. Someone's messaging you. You pull up to your computer. This is where you spend most of your time. You decorated your desktop with a rather handsome wallpaper, which you made yourself. You're really proud of it. Your desktop is also littered with various programming project files. You're so bad at programming, sometimes you wonder why you even bother with it. Your PesterTrim application is flashing. Someone's trying to get in touch with you. It seems only one of your friends are logged in. He sent you a message. Hey, so what kind of insane loot did you break in today?
I got a little monsters poster. It's so awesome. I'm gonna go watch it again today. The apple juice scene was so funny.
Oh hell, that is such a coincidence. I just found an unopened container of apple juice in my closet. It's like fucking Christmas in here.
I got a little monsters poster. It's so awesome. I'm gonna go watch it again today. The apple juice scene was so funny.
But the seal on the bottle is unbroken. Are you suggesting someone put piss in my apple juice at the factory?
All I'm saying is, don't you think Monster Howie Mandel has the power to do something as simple as reseal a bottle? Try using your brain, numbnuts. It was the 15th day in a row Howie Mandel peed in his juice.
Okay, I can accept that. Monster B-list celebrity douchebags are cunning and persistent pranksters. Also, Fred Savage has a really punchable face. But who cares about this? Let's stop talking about it. Did you get the beta yet? Man, why don't you go check your mail right now?
Did you? Game Bro is a joke and we both know it.
Man, I got 2 copies already. But I'm not gonna bother playing the game. I'm not gonna play anything. It sounds boring. See how I get slammed in Game Bro? John, look out the window. You see the view of your yard from your window. Hanging from the trees, your tire swing. In a kid's yard, a tire without a tire swing is like a proper gentleman without a monocle. That is to say, he can hardly be considered a terribly proper gentleman at all. And there beside your driveway is the mailbox. Examine the mailbox. The little red arm swingy dealy thingies. What is that thing called anyway? You don't have time for these semantics. The red flippy thing means that you have new mail, and that means the beta might be there. You decide to go outside and check the mailbox. You're about to hurry downstairs when you hear a car pull into the driveway. It looks like your dad has returned from the grocery store. Forget it. Get the mail later. If you go downstairs to get it, he'll likely monopolize hours of your time. You decide to chill up here for a while until the dust settles. Sometimes you feel like you're trapped in this room, stuck, if you will, in a sense that feels possibly borders on the titular. And now your chum's pestering you again. The clockwork of friendship turns ceaselessly, operating the swing lever dealies of harassment in perpetuity. Whatever, this dude can hold his damn horses. You decide to examine the games shelf. You've put countless man-hours into this collection. You decide to read Colonel Sassacre's daunting text. You decide to consult the Colonel's bottomless wisdom. Good grief, this thing is huge. It could kill a cat if you dropped it. But to really dig into this hefty book, you'll need to capture log it first, and you're not quite sure if you're ready to logjam your other artifacts beneath it again. You decide to capture log the fake arms again. Did you just say you don't want to clog up your... Ugh, Jesus. In a momentary lapse of concentration, you accidentally capture log the arms again. You decide to set your PesterChum mood to bully. You don't think the situation is quite dire enough to go all the way to rancorous, but you still feel the PesterChum client should reflect your mood change in some way. Bully will have to do, you guess. This, unsurprisingly, does nothing whatsoever. Alright, you forgot your chum is still pestering you. Is it there yet? Please say yes. Maybe you can play with TT. She's been pestering me all day about it. She's macking on me so hard all the time, I start to feel embarrassed for her. Not that I can blame her or anything. Yes, and it's understandable because you were extremely attractive. I am attracted to you. Thank you. JK, haha. No, I don't have it yet. My dad has the mail, I guess, and I gotta go get it from him to see if it's there. I've been busy spending all afternoon shitting around with my stupid Syllabex. It's so frustrating. What's your modus? What? How do you retrieve artifacts from it? One at a time, I guess. And if I put too much stuff in, then stuff falls out. Stack? What's yours? Hashmat, my bro told me all about it. You should probably update yourself on data structures. Did you at least set your stripe specibus? It could free up a card for you, plus let you attack stuff whenever things get too hot to handle, which is never. What have you got? Well, I've got a hammer, but it's trapped under some arms. Wow, you really suck at this, don't you? Just give it the arms and then allocate the hammer to the specibus. I don't know, just use it on any old thing and see if it works. John, stick your arms into the cake. You stick the fake arms into the cake on your bed. This definitely makes the cake at least 300% more hilarious. You're sure Colonel Sassacre would know the precise index of elevated hilarity. Allocate your strife specibus. You check the back of your strife specibus for the kind of stratus you have in mind. Your strife specibus has been allocated to the hammered kind of stratus. The hammer has been moved from your capture log deck to your strife specibus. Okay, I did it. Hammered kind? Okay, that'll be the permanent allocation for your specibus. I guess I should have mentioned that. Hope you like hammers, dude. Now that you got some space in your silex to work with, you figure you might as well start squandering it immediately. Ordinarily, that ridiculous book would be way too heavy to carry around in any practical way. You guess this is one respectful way in which the cards represent some convenience. This will come in handy if you need anything that burns easily. You expend the final card in the Magician's Hat. You don't have a free card in your Silodex, however you were able to merge the Beagle Puss with the Magician's Hat to create a clever disguise. John? Who is this John you speak of? You are quite certain there has never been nor ever will be. Yeah, this is a really shitty disguise. While you're wearing the item, they remain on the card, but it's temporarily removed from the deck, thus freeing up the card beneath it. You exit into the hallway. On one wall hangs a picture of a fella who sure knows how to have a laugh. A man after your own heart. You always thought he looked a lot like Michael Cera, but your dad swears on as many hollowed tombs of Egypt that is not. You're not sure about that, though. On the other wall is one of your dad's stupid clowns, or harlequins, as he is quick to correct anyone who ventures such brazen assumption. Cursed odor of fresh baking wafts into your newfound nostrils. Something's brewing in the kitchen. It must be the connivings of your arch nemesis, Betty Crocker, and the rich, buttery aroma of her plot stinks to high heavens. This mission is going to be more difficult than you ever imagined. John, admire the harlequins. You check out the shelves of fanciful harlequins. Look at this fucking garbage. You hate this stuff. Funny is funny, but your dad sure can be a real cornball. Sometimes at night you pray for burglars. A bright orange flame flickers in the fireplace. It doesn't matter that it's April and not terribly chilly outside. In a home, a fireplace needs a fire, because that's what fireplace is for. A fire belongs in a fireplace. Damn it, categorically, at all times, without exception. As domestic myth of unaccountable origin holds, a home borrows the spirit of the flame for as long as it makes a guest of it, much as the moon takes liberty of the sun's rays. The moon's an errant thief, and her pale fire she snatches from the sun. By Mark Twain. You're almost certain Mark Twain said that. It doesn't burn as quickly as you hoped. Each GameBro magazine is guaranteed to be printed on 40% of asbestos for big ups to Mother Earth, you know. You examine the sacred urn containing your departed Nana's ashes. When your father gives your portrait a wistful glance now and then, you can tell it brings back painful memories. A tall bookshelf, a ladder, an unabridged Colonel Sassacre's. He never wants to talk about it. You clumsily mishandled the sacred urn, ashes everywhere. In retrospect, upon mulling cinematic tropes regarding ash-filled urns, this outcome was virtually certainty. You better clean this up before Dad finds it. You think now would be a good time to beef up your clever disguise. John, examine that oversized gift. Champ, you can do anything if you put your mind to it. I believe in you. Contemplating what could be inside this package is sort of exciting, but also making you nervous at the same time. Oh, hell no. John, capture log those ashes. First, you prop the Harlequin doll up on the couch. Having it in the middle of the floor, sprawled about all akimbo like that, struck you as unseemly. You catalog the ashes to your available card. John, combine it with the urn. You merge the sacred urn with the ashes. Most of the ash is back in the urn, but it's a total mess. Really, it probably would have just been tidier if you used a broom and dustpan. Put the urn back. No one will be the wiser, except maybe people with eyes. John, go get the fake arms again. You just got another brilliant idea for something to do with those pointless arms. You pry them out of the cake and capsulate them. Looks like Pesterchun's acting up again. It looks like another one of your friends is pestering you. I understand that you have recently come into possession of the beta release of the Game of the Year as featured in respectable periodicals such as GameBro magazine. That's an ugly rumor. Whoever told you that is a filthy liar. You should probably stop hitting on him all the time or something. I can't control myself. I must have a weakness for insufferable pricks. Anyways, I still haven't checked the mail. My dad has it. I'm trying to go get it from him, so be right back. John, you're wearing one of your silly disguises, aren't you? You're typing to me right now while wearing something absolutely ridiculous. What? No, why would you even think that? That's so stupid. Why don't you go get that game from your father? Alright, wish me luck. Oh, by the way, JK, I was wearing a funny disguise this whole time. Gotcha. You can now execute that brilliant idea you had. There should be enough frosting on the fake arms to serve as an adequate adhesive. John, attach the fake arms to the doll. You don't care what the colonel says. That makes it at least 1,000,000% funnier. John, inspect the burnt paper on the floor. You put this back in the fire where it belongs. John, throw the wrapping paper into the fire. As long as you're cleaning up. Carry hefty items, but this thing is way too big. Get real. Besides, you don't even want it. John, read the Sassacre's text. You thought about consulting this text to determine exactly how hilarious the doll is now, but this text is way too big to navigate in a timely fashion. You decide to forget it. John, find Dad and retrieve the mail. This door on the left leads to the kitchen, from which the smell of baking wafts, a powerful aroma which could lift an especially portly hobo off his feet. The door to the right leads to the study, where your dad spends a lot of his time. He could be in either room. Where will you go? John, go to the study. It doesn't look like he's in here right now. On the desk is a deck of playing cards, one of your dad's pipes, the April issue of the Serious Jester magazine, and a stray capture card. There's also a can of peanuts on the desk. Ha ha, oh dad, you won't be falling for that one again anytime soon. A severe peanut allergy is a terrible affliction to cope with. John, upgrade your hat for the one on the hat rack. You swap the magician's hat for the bowler hat. This disguise is somewhat less funny, but looks a lot more distinguished. Combine the second pipe with your disguise. Your dad maintains numerous pipes around the household. A father without a pipe is like a strapping roughneck without a toothpick. That is to say, he's a rather piss-poor excuse for a roughneck, if you ask me. You'd rather not take the pipe, though. The first one tastes bad enough as is. Oh, how you suffer for your comedy. Examine the captcha card. Oh yes, this will be the perfect addition to... Ah! Play 52 pickup. You play the prankster's favorite card game, even though you're very alone in the room, thus rendering it a especially foolish version of solitaire. So stupid. Look at this mess. The peanut gallery over there is sure getting a kick out of it. You're allergic to their scorn. John, attempt to leave the house. You go back to your living room and contemplate checking the mailbox outside. You think perhaps you should exhaust all possibilities before plunging headlong into a dad encounter. The television is currently airing a commercial. On exit. You exit the house. Check the mail. Predictably, the mailbox is empty. It seems to have been plundered. John, leave a surprise for the mailman. No. John, see if your father has left the mail in the car. The door is locked and your dad has the car keys. You peer in through the driver's side window. You don't see any mail, but you do see a green package. There's also something underneath it that looks a little bit like a slice of paper. Could these items have possibly come in the mail? They don't seem like anything else that would usually come in the mail, like bills and coupons. Maybe your dad forgot to take the stuff inside. John, spy in the kitchen. You try to get a gander through the kitchen window, but you can't see a whole lot. It seems that your dad's been doing so much baking the glass is steamed up. God, he is so weird. You can see what's on the table just beside the window. It looks like the mail is there, including a red package, some bills, your dad's PDA, and an envelope that appears to be suspiciously labeled with the Spurb logo. Could it be? Unfortunately, the window is locked. John, go into the kitchen. You have no other choice. You're going in. Clever disguise, it's time to work your magic. Your dad sees right through your costume. You don't know what you were thinking with this foolish ruse. You unequip the clever disguise. Your dad wields a dreaded artifact of confection. He stands between you and the mail. There's only one way to settle this. You cannot abscond. This pesky guardian's blocking your path. He'll need to engineer some sort of distraction. And now he brandishes yet another artifact of confection. The man is ruthless. You better brace for impact in the most comedically striking fashion possible. The bagel ageist absorbs the brunt of the treat. Looks like Dad will enjoy the prankster's gambit on that exchange, as is the usual case. You take the pie tin and unequip the bagel plus. Everything in your selects is pushed back a cart. The smoke pellets are ejected from the deck. Yes, this could be just the distraction you... Nothing happens. What a huge letdown. When two great forces oppose each other, the victory will go to the one that knows how to yield. Wise words said by a man who likely could resist everything but temptation. The cake forces Colonel Sassacre's text out of your Sylladex. Sassacre, you beautiful bastard. Now that Dad is busy placating the smoke detector, you can safely sneak away. You snag your dad's PDA. Maybe later you'll switch the background image to something hilarious as a prank. Besides, it might come in handy later. Your spare capsule card is forced out of the Sylladex and consequently integrated into the deck. You now have 5 cards to work with. This red package is addressed to you. You got the Spur Beta. You just got another hilarious idea for that cake. The 2 cakes across all 5 cards. Everything in your Sylladex is smushed between the cakes. Why don't you think things through first? At the junction and head down the hall. You're gonna need something to clean up the mess you're about to make by dissecting this cake. To the left is the bathroom, to the right is your dad's room. It is locked, and you are forbidden from ever entering. He has secrets. You enter the bathroom. You can see the backyard from the window. The jewel in its crown is the swing set, which has provided you with years of joy. There's also a spring-mounted pogo ride, which has been responsible for more than one painful injury, and has provided you with years of lament. On the sink is your dad's razor. On the side rack is a fresh towel. You take the razor and use it to perform surgery on the cake. You take the towel and clean off the extracted goods. The items force the man-handled cake into the toilet, and just like that, your Sylladex is full again. God, this thing is annoying. You aren't usually much for chick flicks, but Matthew McConaughey's cool charisma could salvage any heap of smoldering wreckage. This is your McConaughey wall, a casual shrine to the amazing actor. The film above that one is a lot better, you think. Can you see her? I want you to picture that little girl. Now imagine she's white. You got us, Matthew. Your smooth talking exposed our latent racism. Damn, you're good.
Hi, happy birthday, John. Hello? Okay, I'll talk to you later.
Hey, Gigi's looking for you. Why are you suddenly so popular with all the ladies? Is today some sort of special occasion or something? Did you do something to curry favor with ladies? Did you break your leg on a puppy or some shit? Dude, what are you doing?
I discovered a comet that's going to destroy the world, and it was named after me. Now I'm famous, and everyone wants to talk to me a lot.
No, stop. Just no. Don't talk about your awful, stupid movies or make any references to them. Your gross man-bro crush on Matt McConaughey is an unsavory thing to behold.
McConaughey?
Noise a horse would make, i.e., dumb. Equally dumb are all those pictures of that clown you've got hanging up.
Those are my dad's.
I was talking about the Nick Cage ones, bro.
Oh, what? No, man. Cage is sweet. So sweet.
So lame. You don't even like him ironically or anything. This is like real, isn't it?
I do things ironically sometimes. What about what I sent you for your birthday?
Oh, dude, those are awesome.
What? No, they're stupid. Which was the joke? The ironic joke. Get it? Wait. You're actually wearing them, aren't you?
I'm wearing them ironically because they're awesome. The fact that they're ironic makes them awesome, and vice versa. Are you taking notes on how to be cool? Jesus, get a fucking pen.
You do realize those ones touch Stiller's weird face, right?
Ew, yeah. Oh well. Anyway, speaking of which, did you get the mail?
Yeah.
There happened to be a package there.
Yeah, big red one.
You should probably open it.
I would, but it's trapped into the Spur beta, so we'll probably open it after we install that.
Oh man, the beta came.
Yeah, wanna play it?
No way. It sounds so hells of boring. Just get TT to play it. She's all about that.
Where'd she go?
Her internet's blinking in and out, I guess. Probably be back online soon. Oh, and Christ in a sidecar. You still using the stack modus? Seriously, dude. You need to bone up on your data structures. You decide to space out on the computer for a while before doing anything important. You open the typiest web browser and direct it to what is indisputably the most amazing website ever created. New Adventure's okay, but you're not quite sure if you like it the same as you like the last one. You decide it's time for less meta and more beta. You insert the CD and install the Spur beta. What the fuck is this? You go to your closet where you keep a lot of clothes and an array of handy computer programming guides. You're not quite sure if you really want to dig into this huge tome. It looks really boring and kind of ornery. Maybe you'll check out that free modus instead. You turn to the back and side of the cover, where a free fetch modus is included in a plastic sleeve. This one is dictated by the logic of a queued data structure, operating on a first in, first out method rather than a first in, last out method of the stack. Items capitalized in your Sylladex are no longer immediately accessible. You can only access the item on the bottom card, and must wait for items on upper cards to be pushed back to it. For instance, the red package is now inaccessible. You can only use the razor at the moment. This modus doesn't strike you as a significant upgrade to your previous one. In fact, it almost seems more inconvenient. You figure you might as well give it a chance, though. You suddenly wonder if it's even possible to switch it back. You don't think you ever had a physical card for the stack modus. You find this all to be a bit abstract, and you'd rather not think about it for too long. John, put down the razor. Put it down? You're not quite sure you understand. You capture like one of the cakes. You finally got a use for all these loitering pastries. Dead weight. The second cake causes the razor to launch out the front of your Sylladex. Oh good lord, that beautiful face! You wish that razor would fail to launch. You open your magic chest and capture like one of your favorite books of all time, Wise Guy by Mike Cavanagh. There goes that fresh towel. You take the trick handcuffs, expelling the PDA like a bullet. Oh god damn it. You examine the package. It is from one of your internet chums. It's bound in packing tape, though. You'll need something sharp to open it. Ah, of course, the razor. It's also simple. Why didn't you... Let's take this from the top.